People. Que pasa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. A couple of days, an article was in the Star, and that article title said, Updates. Nurse that got injured in a midday SHOOTING has lost the battle to live. She is DEAD. The title of this video is called, If Them Can't Catch Quaco, Them a go catch him short, Them a go catch him shoes, Them a go catch him socks. Anybody that is associated with Quaco, directly or indirectly, automatically becomes a target for the opposition. Here's the thing about this lady. It is said that the 25-year-old nurse AVAGAY Ellis, she has some brothers. They live in Sandy Bay. Sandy Bay is in Clarendon. In 2019, there was an incident in which the brother was said to be a suspect of a man losing his life. Not only did that man lose his life, that man was buried in some sort of shallow grave. He was there for a couple of days, meaning the BODY. However, afterwards it seems as if the dog them in the neighborhood dig it up, drag one of the parts from the foot to a neighbor house. Since then, the people them find the shallow grave, dig it up. The head of that man has been missing ever since. Needless to say, the family members or the crony of that man was TICKED off. They were PISSED off. Based on the fact that them say it is the brother of this 25-year-old nurse that did it back in 2019, she would have been about 21 or so. Don't quote the maths. However, since 2019 when that incident took place, AVAGAY Ellis, our father and mother and brothers and sister have it take with themselves. They went and lived in a St. Elizabeth. They've been in St. Elizabeth hiding all this time. However, here's the trick. AVAGAY has a daughter or a son, a youth, that still presently lives in Sandy Bay with the baby father. It is said that she and one of the brothers came back, the reason to visit her child. When they came back, they were at some sorts of bus stop in a Maypen headed towards Old Harbour. The brother, not sure if it is the brother that is a suspect or just one of the 6 or 8 brothers and sister. He was standing at a bus stop, the opposite bus stop, and she was standing at the next bus stop. They were waiting for the same transportation when it is said that a vehicle pulled up with 4 people. 3 of the people, excluding the driver, alighted from out of the vehicle. Stick up everybody, nobody move. Needless to say, this is Jamaica. Everybody run. AVAGAY also tried to run. She was hit. Not fast enough for the assailants, not fast enough for the con. It is said that after she was hit up, the men went over her and pretty much emptied the clip. She did not immediately lose her life on the spot. She was taken to the hospital. However, during surgery, she lost her life. She lost the will to survive. Too much injuries, bad for your health. Now people, remember the story. The brother take with somebody 2019. She left, the whole family left. Went to St. Elizabeth. thought that 2023, 4 years later, everything's supposed to calm down. No, people. Whenever you take away anybody that have serious affiliation, family or gang, they are going to take it personal. They are always going to remember, look how the people them do my family. Put him in a some sorts of shallow grave. Dog take with the bone, the foot bone. Can't find the head. He cannot get a proper burial. They are going to always make a statement. They are always going to make sure that whoever is responsible, they are always going to get some sorts of reprisal, some sorts of revenge. So therefore, this lady, knowing the seriousness of the situation, and I understand that she has a child, so therefore her maternal instincts would have pushed her, listen, me need to come see my son. However, she should have made arrangement with the baby father, for the baby father, bring the youth, go to fair yard, go whisper she there, tan whisper she there, which would have been safer. She think that, alright, after 4 years or so, everything's supposed to DEAD down. People, it does not work like that. She would have made a fatal error. However, the moral of the story is this. A family of about 6 or 8 people, father, mother, brother, sister, not involved in anything. However, one brother does some BS and the one brother's action comes back and haunt his sister. His sister had a target on her head. The mother, the father have a target upon them head because of the one brother's deed. People, Jamaica is the epicenter of reprisal. These people, they want to make sure that, listen, if you take one of ours, it is an eye for an eye or one eye for two eye, 1 foot for 2 foot. Whatever you did to them, they are going to make sure whatever them do to you, it is going to be more drastic. So people, at the end of the day, the brother, his deed cost his sister her life. Now, the other family members will have to deal with putting this lady, giving her a decent final send-off. Their lives are always going to be in jeopardy. So therefore, they should not make the same mistake that she made until, of course, them find the brother. So people, at the end of the day, I hope that this brother that caused his sister to lose her life because of his deed, it will rest on his conscience. But people, here is a fact. Usually people that are cold, they do not really have any sorts of heart. They do not have any sorts of conscience. They always think about self. And that is why we see so much. If them can't catch Quaco, them catch him short. Because a lot of times, the relatives, the family member, the mother and father don't even know. And a lot of time, them tell themselves, listen, me and I have nothing to do with nothing. People, it is not so. It is the polar opposite. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called, if you're in the Airbnb business, you can't rent certain Jamaicans. You can't rent any sorts of thief. You cannot rent any sorts of riffraff. There was an article in the newspaper the other day with some uppity Airbnb on the beach in Ocherius, and they said that they don't rent to Jamaican. One of those Jamaican was the son of legendary reggae artist Bob Marley. You might know him, his name is Ziggy Marley, 8-time Grammy nominated winner. However, them never want to rent him. However, people, here's the thing. When it comes to a lot of Jamaican, they do not know how to act. And a lot of them, especially this new generation, they are a set of thieves. Love people things, don't like work. Now, I am speaking about an article that I saw on social media. And this young man, I am going to show you the video in a minute. apparently he rented some sorts of Airbnb in a some sorts of complex in a Kingston. However, when he rent that place for a day, he broke into several of those apartments that was in that complex. Thief out the people in possession, cash, watch, jewelry, chain, whatever he could get his sticky fingers on, he did. So people, take a listen, take a look at this video, and then I am going to give my piece. So people, if you know that young criminal, you are asked to contact National Stadium Popo, phone number 1-876-978-9931. 1-876-973-9931. People, here's the thing. Whenever you are in business, you cannot stereotype and you cannot prejudice any set of people. However, people, I am here to tell you, me prejudice certain set of people, meaning riffraff. As a person that is involved in the Airbnb thing, I am very skeptical about who I rent my place to, if I rent my place. That is why I would have never posted any of my place for any sorts of thing in which you have random people that can rent your place short term, because sometimes them get people for front it, and then when you look, the person that shows up as some sorts of chopper with him pants are hang down, pull up in the people them up at the place and play all sorts of music, go SUCK out this or this, then a over mouth, down in a over throat. As a matter of fact, I am going to tell you about an experience that I have. I was at a place not going to mention for safety, security reason. I noticed that there were two sets of persons on the third floor. One of the set of people looked like some people from over so America. The man, his wife, his kids, they were having breakfast in the morning, overlook and watch the ocean. On the opposite side, the next part, separated by a wall or so, was a set of Jamaican riffraff. This was about 7-8 o'clock in the morning. Them a play the loudest music. All of these music are talk about who they in a over mouth, who they in a over hole, who a do this, where them a chop, where them a CHOP, where them a SHOT, who them a KILL. People, this a early Sunday morning. Now people, let me ask you a question. They say whenever you go to Rome, you do like the Romans do. I nah say if you go in a fishy community, you have to turn fish, but you get the points. Your common sense don't tell you that, listen, at 7 o'clock a morning, a Sunday, the place closed, separated by a wall. You might have some decent people next door that are polar opposite from you. I just say, why is it that these people feel like everybody supposed to hear or listen or enjoy the same thing that they are enjoying? Don't you realize it obviously did not dawn on you that there's a time and place for everything? These Airbnb is place where people come and relax. Them no want hear no bugoyaga nothing. They are the least bit interested in hearing what is going on your side. So therefore, people appreciate their privacy. If you cannot adapt to any other environment except for that bugoyaga environment that you are from, that is chaotic, maybe you need to stay where you are at. Remember, money can buy a school. However, money can never buy class. These people do not know how to act wherever them go. Them bring them same riffraff mentality with them, and they try to force it upon everybody else. And people, as soon as I went in the parking lot, you could see a Mark X. That vehicle occupied 2 parking spots. 20 odd vehicle in the parking lot. 18 vehicle park in a separate spot. This one vehicle take up 2 spots. You know exactly who that vehicle belong to. My point is this: be very careful whenever you open your business. Who you give it to, who you give access to, because these people will take your stuff. These people will run down your neighborhood. These people will make other persons think that all Jamaicans are the same. Why is it that the people that have the least to say or bring to anything always make the most noise? Empty barrel make the most noise. That is the point that I am trying to make. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.